at a poetry reading that I first met Robert. My husband took me along as a treat. It was rather nice. We took along one of our chambermaids as well, young Jenny. Oh, she was a lovely young girl. Always very enthusiastic about life. She was never someone to hold back, and she always spoke up for herself. I think that's what I liked about her. I felt that she was destined for a life greater than the one she had. So I suggested to Mr. McElhose that we bring her along for a taste of some culture.
I remember when Robert first came into the room. Although it was full of other people.
And I was sitting right next to Jenny, who is by no means ugly.
And I was sitting right next to Mrs. McElhose, who is by no means ugly.
He instantly seemed to notice me.
He gave me a little wink as he walked up to the centre of the room. Oh, I can't tell you how that made me feel.
And he gave me a little wink as he walked up to the centre of the room. I can't tell you how that made me feel.
My heart did a wee flip. Of course, Mrs. McElhose never noticed
Jenny
a thing.
Never noticed a thing.
Well, thank you all for coming. It really is very humbling to see so many of you here today to listen to me. I'm not sure if I wasn't me that I would come here to see me, but you have, so thank you. I'm sorry, I'm really hungover.
Now, Robert has agreed to answer some questions from the group. So, does anyone have anything they would like to know?
It has been reported that after Mary Campbell died, you thought of moving away from Scotland. Why did you change your mind?
Ah, the best laid schemes of mice and men gang after gley. You're right. I had planned on leaving for sunnier climates. And may I say what a lovely outfit you're wearing, madam.
Oh,
Thank you.
My life wasn't heading in the direction I imagined it would. I thought leaving these shores would be the best thing I could do. However, fate played its part and I decided to stay in Scotland. I was then introduced to Mr. William Creech here, my Edinburgh publisher, who assures me there is good money to be made from my work.
It's true.
Creech convinced me to add more poems to my earlier edition and publish what is now known as the Edinburgh edition. Thanks to you lovely people, I am once again enjoying life, this wonderful city, and its wonderful ale.
Mr. Burns, is it true that you write about real-life events in your poems?
Madam, real life is the greatest source of inspiration for me. I write about what I know. In fact, a poem I am currently working on, Tam O'Shanter, is indeed taken from a real-life event that happened to me on my return from a local public house.
Really?
Wheel mounted on his grey mare, Meg, a better never lifted leg. Tam skelpit on through dub and mire, despising wind and rain and fire. Whilst hudding fast his good blue bonnet, whilst crooning o'er an old Scots sonnet, whilst glowering round wi' prudent cares, lest bogles catch him unawares. Boo! Kirkallyway was drawing nigh, where ghaists and hoolits nightly cry. By this time he was crossed the ford, wherein the snaw the chapman smoored, and past the Burks and Meeklestane, where drunken Charlie Brack's neck bane. And through the winds and by the cairn, where hunters found the murdered bairn. And near the thorn, aboon the well, where Mungo's mother hanged hersel. Before him doom pours all the floods, the Dublin storm roars through the woods, the lightnings flash frae pole to pole, near and more near the thunders roll, when glimmering through the groaning trees, Kirkallyway seemed in a blaze, Through ilka bore the beams were glancing, loud resounded mirth and dancing. Warlocks and witches in a dance, nae cotillion bring new frae France, but hornpipes, jigs, strathspeys and reels put life and metal in their heels. A winnock bunker in the east, there sat Auld Nick in shape of beast, a towsy tyke, black, grim and large, to gie them music was his charge. He screwed the pipes and gart them skirl, the roof and rafters all did dirl. Coffins stood round like opening presses that showed the dead in their last dresses, and by some devilish cantrip slight, each in its cold hand held a light, by which heroic Tam was able to note upon the Haley table a murderer's banes.
I think perhaps we should be moving on now.
Well done.
He's right, I'm afraid. This is all very nice, but we're wasting valuable drinking time.
That didn't happen to you.
My dear lady, many strange things happen on the way home from public houses. Who knows? Maybe after a few jars of the Jolly Judge's finest ale, you may have a strange experience yourself, Miss...
Macklehose. Mrs. Macklehose.
Mrs. That is a shame indeed.